Angus McKeith lay on his back at the base of a bent tree, his sturdy legs crossed and stretched upward, resting against the gnarled trunk. The tree was an old sycamore tree, and its twisted branches seemed to be groping in all directions, as if frantic to hold its lonely place on the broad back of the wind-swept moor. In his hands, Angus held the leather boards of a book, propped open on his broad chest, and his deep blue eyes raced hungrily down the page. A handful of sheep, in a frenzy of gripping and tearing and gulping, cropped the spring moor grass nearby, and new lambs butted heads in the heather. At regular intervals, marked by the impatient turning of a page, the young man glanced at the sheep and, when sure that all was well, resumed his reading. Halfway down the next page, the plaintive bleating of a new lamb crept in on the story unfolding from the pages. Angus tore his eyes from the book and studied his little flock. High moorland ewes delivered their lambs later in the spring than valley ewes, and just that morning Angus had helped Winnie, the oldest of their ewes, deliver up yet another healthy lamb, her 13th, one for every year of her adult life. Her lamb lay sleeping, looking like a tiny patch of late snow left in a hollow. Rising stiffly, Winnie waddled several yards and lapped the backwater of a nearby stream. Angus reflected on how much his family was in debt to these timid creatures, whose wool clothed them and whose meat, when they could afford it, nourished their bodies. One dark eyebrow raised, he glanced at the sky,